Hey everyone, welcome to episode 69 of Shatter the Vain. I'm Brad Chmielewski, and this is going to be our last episode for 2015. That's pretty awesome. So we made it over a year with Shatter the Vain, almost 70 episodes. Oh, that's nuts. If we were putting out one every week, we'd only be at 52. So yeah, we got all those extra episodes coming out because of the patch notes. Just fun stuff. Love putting out these episodes for you guys. Enjoy talking about the game. It's a blast. This week of Vainglory, I've been playing a lot with the Christmas break happening, holiday, off work, taking care of some work at home, but also getting some games in as well. So I've been getting that double glory, those cards, or is it cards, crazy eights, whatever we're calling it. Lots of fun stuff happening. I did downfall from what was I, simply amazing bronze, all the way to almost the edge of hotness bronze. So, I've been climbing back up. It's been tough. Been doing it on stream. A lot of people have been watching, hanging out with me on Camcord. That's been a lot of fun. Lots of hours logged over there streaming. So if you ever want to check that out, stop on by, say hi. Usually streaming most nights during the week and then weekends in the morning. But yeah, the news this week is super light since Super Evil Megacorp and Vainglory, the whole team, they're all on kind of winter break and ramping up for the start of winter season. I think we all saw it snowing on the Fold. That kind of kicked in. What was it, Christmas Eve that kicked in, or Christmas Day? So it was actually a white Christmas for Vainglory. That was pretty awesome to see. But yeah, we got odds coming on this episode. We're going to talk about all the stuff happening around the winter season, maybe our hopes for what we want to see or what we want to do for Vainglory in 2016. But yeah. And I want to mention, if you're liking the show, thank you for listening and supporting and sharing and tweeting, all that fun stuff. That's fantastic. If you want to give back to the show, I still have the Patreon page going. That's over at patreon.com/shatterthevain. Go ahead, donate there if you can. I would love it. If we get to enough goals there, we start doing 2 episodes every week. Maybe we'll have a regular host for that second one. Who knows? But yeah. From some other fun stuff planned, and I'm hoping to do with the show and the podcast and the YouTube channel in 2016. Check that out. But if you can't donate, no big deal. Love everyone that can listen to the show, support the show. Just fantastic. Can't believe how many people every week listen to me ramble on about Vainglory. It's awesome. So thank you very much. But here we go. Let's jump into this week's episode.
Shatter the Vain, a podcast about Vainglory.
This is the 69th episode of Shatter the Vain. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and this is a podcast all about Vainglory. Every week, I try to break down the news, gameplay, game tips, and hopefully we can all become better players together. And every week, I'm bringing on new people from the community, streamers and YouTubers, and just awesome people. And this week, I got Odds joining me. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Thanks for joining me.
Oh, my pleasure. Episode 69. I had to be a part of it.
I know you called dibs on it like a few weeks ago, so it's just for you. If people don't know who you are, you want to give them a little introduction, that you stream and do some other stuff as well. Right?
Yeah. I stream right now. Basically, most people know me as, I guess, that little more of a risky person in the community. So there's always that. I'm usually in solo queue, and if you see me in solo queue, you don't want to steal my minions because, that just doesn't happen too well. So.
All right. And you're streaming most of the time on Mobcrush now, right?
Yeah, Mobcrush is where I'm usually at.
Nice. You liking it over there? That community seems pretty nice.
Different.
Like a lot of sometimes non-Vainglory people show up there, right? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of non-Vainglory people like, what is this? But the community that comes and watches is great. So nice. That's good. Besides Mobcrush blocking me on Twitter, I think I'm doing fine.
No, that's that's rough. And then you're all the way in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, Hawaii living.
And so, how's playing there with the servers? I feel like early on you talked about how the server lag from NA was rough, and then
Yeah,
you've played on SEA for a while or a minute, and that wasn't any better. You're kind of stuck in that weird spot. Like Australia, I think, has a similar problem.
I did play SEA. At the beginning, the lag was pretty bad. It was partially my internet, partially being out here. But just the internet providers itself are so bad. Like I had to boost myself up to the highest package of internet just to play. And it's weird
Oh, okay.
because it's a mobile game. Like you wouldn't think you need so much, but being out here, the internet is so bad, and being
Oh,
so
jeez.
far away from everything. So
Oh,
it's not too bad. I get like 200 ping during most games, but
oh,
so
okay. But you've mastered that now.
yeah.
You've gotten used to it.
You know when you have to do
That's
your
cool.
skill shots and you wait a minute, like literally is waiting a minute to come out.
Yeah, you got to plan ahead. Where are they going to be after where this should shoot?
Yeah.
So what got you into Vainglory then? Like, were you a MOBA player beforehand?
So I never really played MOBAs seriously. I played League. Everybody played League at one time, but
Hmm.
I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, and my friend was on his phone. He came over, and I was playing Call of Duty, and he was just like playing this. He was like, "Did you ever play League?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, you're gonna love this." And he's had his spare iPad, and about 2 days later, I went to the store, bought myself an iPad, and I was just like this, playing and playing, and literally like 3 days, I was better than him, and he was all like, "Oh man."
He quit the
Yeah,
game then? You like shut
he
him down?
doesn't really play anymore. Like he plays more Hearthstone, but he got mad.
Wow,
He's
that's
like, "You suck." I'm like, "No,
but,
you suck, bro. Come on."
yeah, I'm better than you, so obviously. Who do you often play when you're streaming? You're usually like playing lane, aren't you? Because you're saying talking about stealing your
Yeah,
farm and all that.
I try to play lane just because I solo queue so much. Like, I hate going in with the jungle, like, and everything. But I would honestly rather support. But so
Okay.
my favorite supports have to be Celeste and Arden. And then lane right
Okay.
now, I'm really loving Sky and Vox just because they're so mobile and you can do a lot of outplays. Even though I don't outplay a lot of people, there's a possibility I can.
Okay. Fair enough. So why do you solo queue? Like I tend to solo queue a lot just because I feel like it's often easier when you're streaming because people want to get a voice, but sometimes solo queuing you can only get mad at yourself and then you can yell at the other team to the stream. I
Yeah.
guess that's kind of why I like it. But is there a reason why you stick to
Well, at
that?
the beginning, I didn't have anybody to play with. Then I joined all the guilds. I did all that for a while, and then I
Hmm.
stopped when the new season came out. Then everybody I used to play with is just way better than me now. And even if I could play ranked with them, there's too high skill tier. So I'm just like finding my rhythm back. And I feel like if I can't get there to like POA by myself, I shouldn't be there. In my mind, I hate
Okay.
being people like, "Oh, I'm POA. I'm so good." Okay, me too. Like, let me get some heartache and
Some
talk,
people.
and I'll just sit there and run around.
Sure, yeah, I can support all those people
And
and let them
yeah,
carry us to the wins.
I like it. There's a lot of good players that you see in the lower skill tier in solo queue that you're like, wait, who are you? Like, and then you add them and they're like low SA, high hotness, and you're like, they're actually a pretty good player. Like mechanically, their sound,
Right.
like decision making, their sound. So that's good to see.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good people that often get stuck. I think just solo queuing, and you get the wrong team, you get like a string of AFKs, and it's just like it breaks your heart. Like it's like, oh, it's against me.
Yeah, because when I came back before the new season, I was POA gold, and when I came back, and literally 2 weeks, I went from POA gold all the way to hotness. And I was like, oh my god, what is going on with me? So I had to build myself up. It was just myself being bad and not playing with people. So
Yeah,
definitely dwindled down in a fast amount of time.
no, that one. Well, should we jump into the news? It's been a really light week.
Vainglory News.
So the first thing on the news, I think, is we got official confirmation that season or patch 1.13 is going to come on January 13th with the start/end of the season. And this was in like the little winter infographic that they put up on their website. It just said patch 1.13 on that day. So that kind of gets rid of all those rumors, maybe that I was spreading, that we're going to have another update beforehand. But this is a long time. I feel a little disappointed, but also like a little relieved that we're kind of sticking with what we have right now.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the current setup of it, or are you kind of already sick of and ready for a change?
See, I like being like consistent since I don't play as much as I used to. Like I come back and it's already a new patch and it's like, wait, a different comp already. I just got used to playing this one comp for like 3 days, and then you get into something new, which is actually really good because like something's always changing. It's not like, oh, like back in the day, you're not going to see Ringo, Catherine, and Koska over and over again, or like comps. So a month goes by, you play those heroes. Now, shit, I got to learn new heroes again, and unless you're like amazing and you can just play that one hero in any meta.
Right, yeah. I think I feel like right now people are kind of already getting kind of frustrated at they're calling it Sky Feather, the Black Feather Sky, and then support whoever it is, if it's Catherine or Arden. And that's kind of been the meta comp right now. But both those heroes are pretty difficult to play, so you don't see them like in every game, which I think is a plus. Where the Ringo, Koshka, Arden was kind of like it's the easy comp, or the Ringo Fortress Koshka. That was kind of like the easy comp. You click on them and you jump. Where Sky and Blackfeather also take skill.
Yeah, especially with Sky. Like I'm just learning Sky, but if you miss her A ability and you're basically out for a good 5 seconds of doing nothing. You're just running away, hiding. So
no, don't attack me. It'll be up in a second, and I'll kill you.
Let me run away. Get me tier 2 boots in that like 2 minutes, and just run away until I can do something else. But it's definitely very fun. I haven't seen as much Black Feather this patch. Maybe, I don't know. People don't play it when I'm playing, but
okay. Yeah, he's a monster right now, just with the breaking point Serpent's Mask kind of thing, and that true damage is kind of nuts, and people are getting kind of frustrated with it. But it's true damage. You're not supposed to be able to block it. So that's kind of the fun part about it.
Yeah, I never seen that actually. Like I played Black Feather when it first came out, and I just went tension bow, breaking point, then all defense.
Okay.
Just kind of like Taka, and I found it to be pretty fun. Early game, you have that burst, and then the later the game. But I always felt I needed a Shiver Steel on him for some reason.
Even though he has that slow, just to keep people
right
there with you.
And like, so if you're trying to get onto a Sky, even though you're both pretty mobile, like, no, Sky, you're staying here for a little bit. Let me get my stacks up.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Taka with this. I feel like a lot of players who maybe played Taka are playing Black Feather, and they're the same type of selfish players who are just going to run into the team 1v3 and they're like, I can do this. It's like, no.
Oh, yes. It's that Taka that, like, you're playing support, you're like, all right, whatever, I'll play support this one game. And then you just have this Taka, doesn't wait for you to get to the back. Oh, I'm faster than you, let me go back there. You don't get the experience. You're missing out on, like, 40% of the jungle gold just because of the contract. Mm-hmm. And then you and your laner, you're fighting. Oh, you kill one of them, but you both die. Now Taka comes. He's like, oh, they're both half health? I got this. And then just instantly dies.
He dies too, yeah. So the Black Feather players are, I feel like, in the same boat. So hopefully that doesn't continue. But I think Black Feather will probably get some nerfs in this 1.13 patch coming up. So we'll see. It's a long time away. It's still like a half a month away. So we got Rhyme coming in that patch. Have you seen the images of Rhyme yet? This winter mage. So he looks like just an old crystal dude. I don't have a picture in the show notes, but he's just like this, I don't know, this mage, this ice mage, and it looks like he does a bunch of freezing kind of damage. So like Scarf's our fire mage. Looks like we have a melee crystal ice mage. So
that sounds like it could be so OP though. Like this feels like there's gonna be a slow in the kit, and with all mages, it feels like you're just gonna pick up that first item, Frostburn.
and it's slow. Yeah. So get ready for that. With 1.13.2 is the autumn season payouts. So if you're in a guild, you're going to get paid at the end of the season. And these rewards, if you're level 70, you're just getting like straight up glory. And then anything above that is glory and ice. So it's pretty awesome. If you play the game with a guild and with friends, basically you're making money for playing the game now. That's kind of fun. I know you do have to be a member of the guild, so you can't just invite random people and all your alts into a guild at like the last day. So I think it takes like 10 to 15 games to get an initiative to a member status.
Oh, so what level's your guild?
Working for that 99, got to get that like big payout.
Yeah.
Because I think they did say there's going to be like bonus rewards that like aren't seeing right now, but it's going to be like a bigger payout. I think they want to really reward people for this first season. So yeah, if you try to find a guild within this last like a couple weeks, I know some guilds may let you in. I know other people are kind of like, hey, you're just going to bounce when you're getting paid. Like, we can't trust you.
Yep. Oz is looking for a guild for a payout.
Odds, he just wants to pay out. All right. And then during this whole winter break has been this these winter, I guess, giveaways and rewards. Have you seen some of these going on?
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's been a lot of giveaways on. I know on Twitter because I'm always on Twitter. I've seen a whole bunch of skin giveaways and stuff like that. There's a lot of bonus RP. Oh my god, bonus.
What's that?
Ice
Glory?
or glory, whatever you want to call it. But there's a lot of that. So
Yeah, the biggest one I think is this win an iPad Pro.
I haven't even seen that. Where's that at?
So if you share a hashtag like a pro moment, you share a video or a GIF of you doing something awesome in the game, and you tweet it at Vainglory and include the hashtag, you have a chance to win an iPad Pro. So they're giving away 3 iPad Pros, and you have until the end of the year to enter this. So what do we got, like a couple more days here?
Yeah. There are definitely some good videos out there for that. I was wondering what that was for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a streamer, anyone who like records their stuff regularly, like this is pretty easy to find. Like just a sweet clip of you maybe getting a triple kill or stealing the Kraken or a great escape. Like just enter one in and like see if you can win. I don't know. I've seen some pretty nice ones, and it's always fun. I think it's getting more people aware of like how to stream the game. I think that's probably the best part about it. It's like a lot of people are asking like, oh, how'd you record that? What do I need to do? And because it looks hokey if you're holding up your phone to your iPad and you send that in.
Yeah.
The other one going on is every day up until the end of the year, Vainglory is giving away a hero. And they basically pick a new hero based on the release. And every day they say like, oh, tell me why you like this hero. And that's pretty awesome. I think today's is Kashka.
Yeah.
And then coming up on Monday is Glaive. So basically they ask you, why do you like this hero? And you give them a reason. If you don't have the hero, or if you already have the hero, you get the next skin tier you don't have. So you could get a tier 3 skin if you won this. So I definitely check that out if you're looking to get some free heroes or free skins.
But don't be like me and then tweet them out and then be like, why am I not winning? My tweets are so amazing. You have to do hashtag Vainglory Winter. Hardik was like messaging me. He's like, bro, you don't even hashtag. I was like, wait, there's rules? Yep. Click on the link and read it before you go. And don't be odds and just tweet because you want to tweet.
Yeah, definitely put that hashtag in because then they see it. Like they don't want to go through all the tweets and find everyone that's just saying random things about Kashka. So include the Vainglory Winter hashtag. And then the other one going on is the Crazy 8 cards or cards Crazy 8s. This is a fun contest. I know I got my legendary card on, was it Christmas Eve? So you have to win 8 games. They're doing another one on December 31st, which I gotta say, I probably won't get this one. On New Year's Eve, I think I'm gonna be busy that day. I'm not gonna be playing much Vainglory. I think that's the reason why these 2 days for Cards Crazy Eights are happening on a holiday, because they know, hey, people are probably busy. We don't want to give away too many legendary cards.
Yeah.
But winning 8 games, it doesn't seem hard, but man, eight wins. That's tricky. Like,
Yeah. Unless you're just going into casuals, like with some low ranked people and just pub stomping kids, like
right,
eight ranked wins is that's hard, especially getting them like all in a row or like in that day. Like that's
yeah,
20-minute games. Like the games they used to be like you can still end a game in 10, 15 minutes, but it's not like it used to be. You're looking
yeah.
at like a solid 20 to 25-minute game each game.
Yeah, I know. Like, those ones that end like at 15 minutes, you're like, wow, this is what I got. I used to love. Maybe I loved more about this game. I liked the shorter games. It was like quick matches where League was starting to get 45 minutes, and now
Yeah.
Vainglory is creeping, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like,
It's definitely creeping. Like the other night, I had a 33-minute game, and it wasn't so much like the game was like close. It was just like every team fight, there'd be one person alive, and on each team, and they just run away. Like, all right,
yeah,
next team fight. Oh, one of us is alive again. Run away. Like,
yeah. Like the Kraken's supposed to be used to close out games, and when it's like taken 3 times in a game, it's like, oh, this is just like no one can buy anything else. We're all double
yeah,
infused. We've sold our boots. We got nothing here.
yeah. Your
30-minute
supports
game.
both have breaking points, so you can't even forget about them because they're so tanky. Just sitting at the back with 17 stacks. Ha ha.
Yeah,
Bam,
punching you.
400 with the Arden. You're like, is that should that really happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so hopefully, maybe these games will start to creep back in as we start to get new items and new heroes in the new year. So I hope so.
I'm really hoping for some new items for some new build paths. We're seeing a lot of new heroes and stuff, but we haven't really seen any new items. We've seen a couple tweaks to items, but a complete new item hasn't been. It's been a while. Besides the support items,
Yeah, we only got the Minion's Foot and Contraption since basically the launch of the game here in
yeah,
America. Like those are the two items we got. Like I'd love to see a couple other items, even if it's just a different build path to get there. If it's some like tier 2 items, just to kind of switch up how you get to one of the tier 3 items. I think that would be nice. But you run into like the UI issue, which I think is becoming an issue with all the heroes too. You're having to like, if I want to insta-lock Ringo real quick, now I have to scroll and
yeah,
like get to him. Like people who insta-lock like Celeste or something, they got it easy. My hero's at the bottom. I'm screwed.
you're definitely screwed.
So,
But
so yeah, I think
it,
that's the only thing holding the item tree back, or like adding new items, is the UI interface of it. So
I still think like you should have, you know how like it says like recommended build path.
no,
So you can make your own build path for the heroes. Like, oh, I'm gonna be doing lane Celeste. Here's my build path.
okay.
I'm doing jungle Celeste. Oh, here's my recommended build path. I feel like that would cut down a lot, but you have to also think about like competitive playing. Like that's gonna make it so much easier for people to shop. Like that's like a 1 second shop now. It's already recommended. This is what I'm buying next.
Right. If I guess a lot of those competitive and pro players, they already know what they're gonna buy ahead
Yeah.
of time. They've taken a look at it and know exactly where it is, so they can do that. But yeah, that would be nice. It was saved locally to your device somehow. If you could have like that, when you're offline or something, be like, oh, I'm gonna set up my builds, so when I get in a game, my Celeste build. Here we go. That'd be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what Kraken and some of the other people do with those kind of enhancements with maybe that or friends chat or the guild chats, all that, just making it better and easier to use. Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, that's all that's going on with the winter season and coming up. I think they did say we have a stream the second week of January, just showing off the new building space because Super Evil Megacorp is moving. I think we'll get like a little preview of their esports stage or arena that they're going to be using at their new office, so that should be fun. And maybe we'll even get a preview of Rhyme as well. But And then the last bit of news is the free hero rotation. This is always good to mention, and this is an awesome week if you don't have all the heroes. Because this week you got Rona, Celeste, Finn, Blackfeather, Sky, and Ringo. Damn, this is the first time Blackfeather's been in here, so I think there's a reason I've been seeing a lot of Blackfeather. He's free right now, so people are playing him. These are all pretty expensive heroes except for Ringo, who's usually in there, and I think most people own at this point. But Rona is a lot of fun to play. She's kind of fallen off the meta lately, but she still does some crazy damage. And then Celeste is like a go-to, I think, laner for a lot of people.
Definitely a go-to laner. It's definitely pretty fun and easy to play, and the skill shots, it's definitely not easy to play, but it's definitely easy to at a beginning level to play. And the ult is probably one of the funnest ults in the game.
Yeah, definitely. You said you play her a lot as support. That's kind of
fun. I love playing her as support.
So then you're pretty good at that skill shot for the core collapse, then, right? You gotta like time that
if you don't hit them like two people in a team fight, like the team fight's not gonna win. Yeah. But I feel like when I play her lane, I can't hit a core collapse for my life. But when I'm playing her as support, I can hit almost everyone. So I don't know what's wrong with me there.
All right. And then Finn, I think I tweeted this out earlier this week. He's got to be the number one played support for casuals. Like, I think he's the support people like, oh, I have to play support in casuals. All right, I'll play Finn then. Take that.
It's probably one of the funnest things. Like, he can't get stunned. Oh, level 6? Oh, you're running away from me? Like, Arden's all, like, yeah, you could stop him. This one, you bring him right back to you. Haha, like, come back.
Yeah, and then if you time that with the Celeste, you get them right in there. They're stunned. They pulled back and stunned. That's pretty fantastic. And then Sky being in there, everyone should be playing her and trying to get the hang of her because, man, her damage and her kit is so good and so annoying. Like, I am not a great Sky, and I've been trying to learn her and get better at her. But like you said, not to be able to hit that forward barrage, that's like your key. If you can hit that and hit basically someone down, mow them down with all those bullets, like they're almost dead a lot of the time. I'm like, I can't believe how much damage that does sometimes.
Yeah, and definitely when you play it with, I always play Sky, I always want to Arden support, just because of that little extra mobility, like, oh, I'm going to reset my skills. It's crazy, like, how much damage and mobility, and even if she has that little bit of health with that frost burn, if you don't have another Sky going against you, they're trying to get to you, and you're just like, no, you can't, you're not coming here. Oh, let me go the other way, and then let me boots and stuff, so it's definitely really fun, and you got that 6 stacks of a broken myth, and they're coming at you, and they're like, wait, no, I'm not coming anymore, I'm running. Now you're like, oh, no, I'm coming after you now.
Yeah. All right. Learn Sky. I just can't recommend that enough to people. I think it makes you better at the game, too. Like, you'd be able to position and know how the team fights are going to work. So check her out. So pretty awesome free hero rotation, and with everyone who's been off for Christmas, like, probably been playing a lot. So yeah, hopefully you give all these people a try. But that's it for the news. Like I said, it's a super light week with Super Evil Megacorp on holiday. People are away. They should probably hear some stuff coming up this week, maybe leading up into the new year. But yeah, get some games in, get the double glory, tweet at them, have fun with all the contests they're running. Let's jump into some forum static.
Forum static.
So I found on the forums somebody arguing that Taka is super strong right now. And I laughed at this. But then again, like I started reading it and seeing everyone else talk about this. And I have been running into some Takas that kind of are making things work. What's your take on Taka right now?
So I never was a big fan of Taka. Taka was probably one of the first heroes I ever played, and I always built him Crystal, like, not because I was supposed to. I just was like, oh, this goes with my ult. I could do so much damage with it, not knowing like what I was actually supposed to do. But now I see people actually more than less, it's more of a crystal based Taka right now. I see it's usually that crystal tanky Taka with like an aftershock and like a broken myth.
Yeah,
And
it's almost like a Catherine build you're seeing right now. It's it's kind of
it's
nuts.
and it's like, you, should this work? But like they do that one little Exorexu and they twirl and then they hide, they come back, but you're almost already dead by that 1-2 burst, and you can't really, with the defense that you have, like you can't really mitigate that unless you have lifesteal or you're really bursty yourself and you're throwing crits out or mobile.
Yeah, but having that extra cooldown with either the aftershock, or I've seen a couple people with clockworks, like you just go invisible instantly, you heal up, you run away, and then you come back in and X-Rex you again, and you're super annoying. Like you're almost as annoying as Sky is. Like I can't catch you, you're super fast, and you're invisible half the time.
Yeah. And especially like no one's really running Catherine right now, so you can't just like, oh, I'm gonna stun you and like,
Mm-hmm.
and with those big tanky builds, like they're usually just running two offensive items, and they have like an Aegis, they have like that Pauldron. So it's like even though if you stun them, they might still not die, and they still might be able to get away.
Right. Uh, he seems like a good counter to Blackfeather at the moment because Blackfeather is like bursting people down quickly. But Blackfeather can get that, was it the Rose Offensive on you? And then you can just see where Taka runs away. Like Taka's
Yeah,
invisible and like, oh, let's follow this little sparkly pink path. We'll
yeah.
go chase
I wonder
Taka.
where I wonder where he went.
So that seems like a weird a thing for the, I guess, counter and out counter of Blackfeather and Taka. Like being able to just follow people when they're invisible is kind of funny. But yeah, people like, I was kind of on the fence that maybe Taka is just not good right now. But I feel like Taka also runs through like the pretty good skill tiers, like Rampant. Like that's it's pretty good, and lower like Taka, like people don't know how to deal with Taka.
See, like I feel like when you go down like into the average skill tiers where most people are at, you're not gonna see a lot of skies like or black feathers. You're gonna see more of like very easy to play Koshkas, Takas, Ringos, just point and shoot. Like you don't really have to do any skill shots. And Taka's basically the best one. Like most people at that skill tier, they're like, I want kills, I don't want to die. So they go into a team fight, they kill one person, oh, I'm about to die. Instead of helping your team, they're just gonna run away.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go farm the back of the jungle too. Oh, you both died. Oh, we lost a turret. Whatever, I'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm 13-0 right now. What? No biggie, guys.
No problem. Yeah.
So
I think yeah, because it was also Kraken who tweeted or said like they love seeing like which heroes work or are popular at different skill tiers. So they're like monitoring that to know like, oh, this person is super popular and pretty good, but you never see them in Simply Amazing. And I think there's a lot of heroes like that, like you're saying. Pretty fun. I think Taka maybe falls in that boat, and the good Takas do rise up, and you do see people playing Taka and in these higher skill tiers, and you're like, really? All right, man, you made it this far. I'm gonna trust you.
yeah, I guess you're doing something right. So
But the other thing I found on the forums kind of goes into this, I guess, the different skill tiers and stuff. So someone posted about like the sinking feeling in champions or hero select, like when you might have to play support, because I think we all want to get kills. Like we really just
yeah,
we want to play the carry. I want to get all the kills. I want to carry the team. I want to be able to tweet that photo out that's like, look at me, I went 13-0. Yeah, I've won this game. But yeah, when you're in this champion select screen or the hero select screen, and everyone locks in, maybe insta locks, and you're stuck there with maybe this team comp that doesn't work, and you're like, all right, I'll have to play support. It's a rough feeling sometimes if you don't enjoy that role. And I've seen this 100 times worse in lower tiers. So the other week I was in SA, and then I fell all the way to almost the end of Potness Bronze. It was a rough snowball downfall. And I noticed that the lower I went, the quicker people insta-locked heroes. And so I could see this being like this huge problem. like we're saying, in these like middle of the road skill tiers, lower skill tiers, where people know their hero. If it's Ringo or Koshka, they're just gonna pick them real fast, and then you're stuck maybe playing support with these people that don't know what they're doing. It's tough. It's like a sad feeling.
Yeah, especially like later and later at night for me being in Hawaii. Like
Oh yeah,
I try not to insta lock, but if someone like insta locks, I'm like, all right, I might just try to get my position I want to play. But like sometimes I'm just like whatever, I'll just support. Like I do love supporting. So last night I supported a game, and I'm just like, what are these guys doing? Like they're like team players, like they're in like the same guild or team together. So I was like, whatever, they want to play that and that. They're comfortable. I'll do my part. And I get out the game as me raging. I'm about to add him. I add him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like this guy literally had 30 CS on Vox at
yeah.
10 minutes with a first item black jacket or metal jacket. I'm like, metal jacket. I was like, what? You have no damage. You're Vox. Like, what's going on? And I looked at his skill tier, and it was pretty good silver. I'm like, why are you in my rank game right now?
Yeah.
But then again, no one's online at like 3 in the morning Hawaiian time.
Yeah,
But
what like what 4 or 5 a.m. West Coast time, and yeah, it's
yeah,
like mornings for you. Bet you're better off
everybody else,
probably.
especially like during the Christmas holiday time, like everybody's going out. They're not waking up till like 11 o'clock,
Yeah, so you're
and all the
playing with
young kids are still like, "Oh, I got some new gifts. I just got a PS4. I just got an Xbox." So
yeah. But I feel like a surprise birthday. That someone tagged him in this post and said like one of their goals is to make playing support fun, like enjoyable, and I think they've done that with Finn. Like he is fun to play, but although he can carry team or carry team games, but he's just like not the guy who's going to make all the plays. Like he can hook someone in, but he's got to have those people to back him up.
yeah, he reminds me of like a Thresh or a big Blitzcrank from League,
Yeah,
and it's great for a team fight to get one of them, but then you have to pursue, and he's so slow. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, if the other team just runs away, you have to be able to engage on him.
yeah.
So
Or if everyone gets melted and you're Finn, you're the last one left. You can't be like Arden and kind of vanguard and run away and just like have him chase you Benny Hill style. Like Finn, oh, you want to chase me? Like, yeah, you're gonna catch me.
you're gonna catch me. Like, I'll tank it since I'm so naturally tanky. I'll be here for a good 5 seconds of just B abilitying and stuff and like trying to stun you, but eventually I will die.
Yeah.
So
So I feel like hopefully Super Evil makes supporting, I guess, more fun. I would love another person that can just heal. I think they need a good healer. Like they have Adagio, but someone who can like give other champions, other heroes health, I think would be a great asset to the hero, I guess, pool of people. Like a Soraka, maybe, in like
yeah.
League of Legends. Like just being able to bring that utility versus like every support has a stun or a slow, some sort of gap closer. Like let's just heal and like I'll keep you guys alive and we're gonna win this fight.
See, mine was always like an Adagio like Sona. Like if they had Adagio instead of his ult like hitting the ground, you just shot your ult out like a skill shot.
Okay.
Even if it was like for like just 0.5 seconds, like really minimal stun. Like I think it would change the game because who doesn't know how to crucible an Adagio stun? Like at the beginning, it was kind of like, oh crap, like no one bought reflexes, but now everybody has a reflex by 7 minutes in higher games. So it's like Adagio. Is it even worth me sitting here and ulting when I could be like healing my team, buffing them, and stuff?
Right, it's like I'll do this ult that takes a couple seconds to channel. Everyone sees it coming. You guys get your finger over your reflex block. So more heals. That's what I think. Hopefully we see some more supports in the new year. We get all these like high damage people, and so I think support role needs some love coming up.
Definitely a skill shot support would be fun.
Oh, okay. Even more so than Finn with the hook.
Yeah, like more something like a Celeste, but all her abilities do something like a heliogenesis, but if you're standing in that helio, maybe you heal.
Okay.
So just in that little bubble, you heal. So I don't know. Like, because I feel like if you're gonna play support in a team fight, you kind of want to do something a little bit fun, like skill shot, not like, oh, let me just Vanguard to you. The
Right.
funnest support thing is the Arden ult, which is basically a skill shot, and the Finn ult, which is a skill shot. Everything else for support, it's not too fun.
No, it's like, yeah, Catherine and Arden. It's like, all right, I'll stand in the way. I'll block. I'll body block
Yeah.
all I can. If you have any thoughts on playing support or anything, head over to the forums. This is a pretty good post on people, giving their advice on people who maybe hate support or just like thoughts on what needs to change for it. Yeah, then I want to jump into a random item.
Random item.
So you mentioned this item earlier, the Shiver Steel. And I've been getting this item a lot more, especially with disguise and black feathers. This item is ridiculously good just to slow these people down and keep them in the fight. I think it's underestimated and underrated because it's so cheap. It only costs $15.50 to buy, but the slow is nuts after you activate it. So it's not like Frostburn where it just happens. You have to activate it. But for the next 6 seconds, your basic attacks will slow the target by 40%. And then if you're melee, that slow lasts for 2 seconds, which is a crazy long time. Like you're gonna burst them down by then. And if you're ranged, it lasts for 0.6 seconds, which is fine. It's not a huge deal. But still, on the melee supports, like maybe a Catherine or an Arden, just be able to slow someone down like that, that's great. Especially Taka, maybe. Slow him down.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of like once one person gets a Shiver Steel, like the one like a Glaive gets it, and then the Arden gets it, or the Glaive and Catherine get it. So there's two Shiver Steels, and then the laner has that Frostburn,
Yeah.
especially on like someone like a Celeste. The stuns are basically you're gonna get that slow into that stun, and you're just on hard CC for the whole fight. Like that Glaive is most likely gonna have a breaking point, which he can now get stacks because no one can run away from a stun in 3 slows.
Yeah. And you're getting, you get 500 health with
500 health, yeah.
which is fantastic on Arden as well. Like, since his Vanguard scales with health, like, you want to be extra tanky and, keep him in the fight. And like many Ardens who build Breaking Point now as well, like you said, getting those stacks on there. This is a great item to get, not only for the health, but for the slow.
And especially...
Yeah.
Yes, especially because Aftershock used to be like, oh, I'm not gonna stack all this health, but there's only so many builds that I run Aftershock after it got nerfed and everything.
Right.
So
yeah, you'll probably have a laner, maybe even a Ringo or a Celeste that can burst someone down, and as long as they're in range, like those Heliogenesis, those do so much damage just when they collide, and Supernova. It's like, holy crap! If you can land them, if you can help your team land those skill shots, like that's the way to go. So I've been playing around with this on a lot of different heroes just to see if it works. You mentioned it on Black Feather?
yeah.
Yeah, I'd see that working. If you wanted a little bit of tankiness, if you wanted some health rather than maybe a reflex block, this could be good. See it working. So don't forget about the Shiver Steel. My biggest thing is I sometimes forget to activate it. That's the only. If you don't get it very often, you're like, oh, I should have used my Shiver Steel and they wouldn't have got away. Whoops. So you gotta remember about your activatables down there. So yeah, check out that item. Have some fun with it. It's cheap. Pick it up. Well, this is kind of a short episode, but before we get out of here, like any thoughts or hopes for Vainglory in the new year? Like anything you want to see? You mentioned the different build paths. Anything else you have planned that you want to try to get better at?
Me to get better at, well, besides raging at everybody, I would like to see like the big community thing. Like I would like to be able to just get into a queue in ranked and not be like, oh crap, we got an insta locker. Like I want that like 5 second period of like you cannot lock in right now. Like let me just look at your names because sometimes I'm just like playing it like and I'm just so mad I got insta locked on 3 times. I go insta lock something and then I look at the names. It's like, oh my god, they're like Vainglory's players. Shit, why did I insta lock this? Like,
Okay. So some sort of like queue time there, or maybe even if we get a draft mode at some point, I think people want that draft mode that you
yeah,
probably wouldn't be able to lock in because
right
you
away.
have to pick the people. So that'd be nice.
Even if there's
But
like
yeah,
an order too, like 3, 2, 1, like you can't pick your first pick, second pick, third pick. Select what role you want to play. If the guy's nice enough, maybe he'll let you play that role.
right. I think, oh yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Some people may get upset, like, oh, I'm always bottom pick or last pick. But if it was random enough, you may feel like, well, I get who I want because I'm first pick. But sometimes I have to maybe play support or play this role I'm not good at. Uh, but yeah, if you could let people know, like, oh, I'm good at this role,
Yeah.
and then it goes down the line, that'd be kind of nice too, just to change up maybe that character select screen a little bit. Yeah, are you gonna be planning on streaming more in the new year, or kind of same
Yeah,
skip?
there's definitely try to stream as much as I can. Like I've been streaming past week I haven't streamed at all. I can't even really play like at my buddy's house, depending
Okay,
on like constant 2000. But I've been trying to stream at least 3 times, 4 times a week when I'm at work and everything, which it stays good. Like good schedule, a couple hours here, a couple hours there. So
cool. What day do you usually have a set schedule that people can find you, or are you kind
um,
of all over the place?
it's usually Monday through. I don't really ever stream on the weekends, so it's usually Monday through Thursday. Friday I usually go out, so it's Monday through Thursday around 5 p.m. Not PST.
Okay, nice. Okay, so everyone check that out over at was it mobcrush.com/odds.
Yep, that is it.
Nice. And then where can people can find you on Twitter too, right? What's that?
Yeah, that is at Oddly Odds. And actually, right now, I'm doing since for the holidays, I did said I was going to give away $200 worth of things. I just
Oh,
finished probably before Christmas. I did $100 in ice, and now I'm doing $90 in iTunes gift cards right now.
oh, geez, nice. So how do people enter that?
It's just like follow, retweet, and then say why you love Vainglory.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's very generous of you. That's awesome. You did. You also are you gonna do another tournament? You did a tournament with DZ like what was that, a few months ago?
Oh yeah,
Fun.
I did a tournament a few months ago. It was against all odds, and the team Silly Smurfs won.
Okay. Are you planning another one, or was that like too much work and don't
Oh,
want to get that?
it was actually for me. It was really laid back. I just didn't really care. I was like, all right, teams, all right, email me. I was It wasn't like anything professional at all. I was just literally making fun of people when they stream. Like they mess up something, oop, just clowning on them. But it
Oh,
was
okay, cool.
definitely a lot of fun. There was a pretty good turnout. Like probably the highest amount of people I had watching me on Mobcrush during that. So it was pretty good.
Nice. That's all. So maybe we'll
Yeah.
see another one.
Maybe we'll just see how everything goes. There's a lot, but the big thing is now with the VGL and all that stuff, people are like, it's good for them maybe to practice with other competitive teams, but then they're so worried about the next tournament. So, and all the tournaments going on, I really have to like correspond with times to figure out when people are actually available to come and play.
Yeah, the tournament scene. Yeah, having more tournaments. It's like they happen so quickly. Like the Vainglory released the competitive schedule, and we got 2 qualifiers planned for VGL each season, and it's kind of having another tournament in there. It's yeah, like you said, people they want to practice, but they also want to like practice in secret too, and not give away their team comps and everything they're working on. So it's tough. And then I see you're also rocking your signed Gabe Vizzle shirt. Any
Oh yeah.
predictions? Any predictions for the VIPL? You think they got it
Um,
again?
yes, of course, Gabe's going all the way. I love him like a son. He's my favorite player in the world, right there, Gabe Rizzo.
Nice. Yeah, I think they're looking pretty good in the VIPL. So I think think they got this. That starts up again, I think, after the new year, after the holiday break. But that's going to do it for episode 69. Odds, thanks for joining me.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody that watches this episode. Have a happy new year.
Yeah, if you want to follow Shatter the Vain, that's on Twitter at Shatter the Vain, Facebook /Shatter the Vain. Usually post videos, images over there, and then website shatterthevain.com. Episodes are posted there, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, any way you want to watch this or listen to it is there. And yeah, like God said, have a happy new year. Thanks for watching and listening.
Shatter the Vain.